it sure matters who you are, but it also matters who your neighbor is. And I think in this country, we take a lot of appreciation of who our neighbors are. We sit across the pond from Italy. I think the world leading soft power, food, culture, the Renaissance, arts, music, fashion. It really matters. And I don't think there has been a time in our living memory that we've appreciated our neighbors so much. We sit across, we sit next to Greece, the world's oldest democracy. And we haven't appreciated democracy as much as these days. Of course, we're a brotherly or same nation, but sister states with Kosovo. But we're also neighbors with Serbia, which yesterday took a very bold decision that although they are also in a crisis because of what's going on in the world, but because of the open Balkans, they've made a very bold move. And when it came to Albania, any committed grain or wheat or flour to feed the state of Albania took a special exemption. So I think it's a major time for reflection. We are neighbors with Macedonia. And of course, a certain significant population of Macedonia is of Albanian origin. But I think as we do a 360 degrees, not of the Skanderbeg Square, but of our neighborhoods, then I think it really matters who your neighbors are. And if you ask this to the Ukrainians, well, it sure the hell matters who their neighbors are. And I think your neighbors can change the course of history and definitely the course of your nation and the well-being of your people. So I really hope this is a time to reflect, and this is a time to think through of where we are, to take stock. And I was talking to Alex just a minute ago. This is the cream of the crop of our region. Needless to say, whatever you guys discuss will definitely permeate in our local parliaments and the city halls. If Tirana decides that you will name a street Free Ukraine, then it will have a domino effect. Other cities, it will go viral, and cities will speak with symbolism. So I really want this city to be a standard bearer. This is not Vienna, this is not Paris, this is not London. The decisions of the world don't happen in this part of the world. But we want to be a standard bearer for what is right, for what is fair, and for what shows solidarity. I think many of us have been very lenient on populists. And we've said, let them be, let them be, let them be, let them be. This is freedom of speech. What we realized in the country, every time we did not let them be, but we confronted populism with arguments, that we won. And in some of the countries that took populism as just a laissez-faire gig, I think they paid the price for it. Last week we had another big trial of what it means to deal with populism. If someone in the Kremlin were to write the ideal script, what happens to Balkan or Western democracies during the time of war in Ukraine, it would look like Albania last week. People say, no, but Ukraine is too far. But these oil prices are hitting us. And we can't drive our X5 BMWs and our Range Rovers. So it took a bold decision from our government, from our city, from Edi Rama and the rest of us, to sort of say, wait a minute, you take NATO for granted? You love putting the hashtag stand with Ukraine? So with the responsibility, with the privilege of being a NATO member, being an EU candidate, also comes the responsibility to also bear a bit of the burden, a bit of the sacrifice of what's going on. But I think the public has matured as an experience, as of this experience. People understand that we have to pay a price for belonging to this family of nations and to this family of democracies.